What's up guys, this is Sean Tan and today we are now in this place called Bukit Rimau. So Bukit Rimau is right next to Kota Kemuning. Let me talk to you guys more. Just finished the B-roll, right? You can see that the house, the owner is still inside, that's why I can't really speak a lot in the house itself. But then shout out to Miss Sherry. So Miss Sherry is actually, she's the resident here also, that's why she's very familiar with what is going on in the area here. And if you notice, we are not in the playing field, which is supposedly to be a benefit to house owners. But let me show you something. There's actually fences around this area. It's because JMBs are formed, not JMBs, what is it called? Rukun Tetanggas, like those housing association, they form their own self because these used to be individual title, but then security is compromised. So the people, residents here all gather together and make a decision to actually fence up the entire thing. They take control of their own security. Residents with this kind of facilities, right, it only shows that the community is developed and matured. So everyone is willing to chip in for the security of everyone else. So for those who are not participating, so that's why they fence out to form boundaries. And these are all registered. It's very important that you check. It must be registered. So this one is a freehold, right? Freehold. Yeah. So this is a freehold property, 22 by 75. 1, 2, 3, 4 rooms, 4 toilets. 4 rooms, 3 toilets. 3 toilets, yeah. So now in the market it's going for 690, 680. So if there's any appointments or housing that you want to watch around Bukit Rimau or Kota Kemuning, this is Miss Sherry. You can actually contact her. I'll put her number down below so you guys can contact her. So another thing I want to talk about this location is that the community is actually brewing in this area. What I mean is that in this housing development, right, next to it, you can always see what's surrounding the house that you are going to invest in. In this particular area, you can see that there's an International School of Taiwan, Chinese school. Yeah, it's a Chinese Taipei International School, which is like their syllabus is all Mandarin. So that's why the community here, not being racist or whatever, but then Chinese will be more attracted to these kind of areas. And then Aeon Big is right opposite. Then there's a Buddhist temple there as well. So you can see all these infrastructures. And then Columbia Hospital is just next the corner, around the corner. Then there's a direct access to KESAS itself. You don't need to go through the commercial area of Gamuda. A little bit about history about this area, right? Gamuda took 20 to 30 years to actually make this place very matured before the other developers come in. And now if you notice that this development is a more matured kind of development in comparison to Rimbayu or Eco Sanctuary or Tropicana Aman, all these kind of places, right? So now you can have a sub sale for around 690 to 700,000, but you can, or you want to go for a 800,000 new property in Tropicana Aman, but leasehold. So that is leasehold but full of infrastructures, a bit distance away. Or you want to go for a sub sale that is closer to town but cheaper, then you need to fork out more money in terms of customizing to your own renovation. So that's your consideration that you need to know, and it's important that you speak to a local agent itself. usually landed houses like that, right, facing the padang, we call it padang, big fields, it's an added benefit, which is like I have more ventilation, I have better views, I have other things. But then when security is compromised, then this becomes a bad thing, where people can just see through your house, whether your room light got on or not, all this kind of thing. And that's why the residents actually came together and make a decision to provide the security guards. So it's like 270 for a quarter is the fees that they are paying right now. Individual titled houses is unlike Tropicana Aman strata houses where the facades need to be uniform for those, but this is, you will see, all very different kind renovations. Like I like to plant whatever tree, I like to plant whatever, paint whatever color, right? It's all up to the owner itself. But one thing though, you can see that the owners here all, there's something for gardening. There is something very, you got papaya here, you got mango there. So what is behind us right now is the Buddhist association thing that I was mentioning about. So this is like Tian Ho Temple in KL, where couples get to register their marriage here. Even on Sundays, the Sunday school for kids. It means one thing, the population here is really very community based, and there's a lot of activities that goes on around. Another interesting thing that you guys need to know would be about the Chinese Taipei school that is at the corner. So we spoke about it and we noticed that it's only open for expatriates. It means that maybe either or one of your spouse, right, must be from Taiwan or a foreigner, only they would accept your kid into the school. But like if you think about it, how much population of expatriates is required in a development or a taman, right, before you can actually have a school? So this actually proves that this area, right, there's a certain population or community of Taiwanese, and we suspect it's from the industrial areas around here. So for those who don't know, Shah Alam is actually an industrial driven area where there's a lot of warehouse, there's a lot of business that goes on around here. That's why most of the people here is either on business or they are quite higher ranked in the management of all those corporates. Another very important thing that you all must know about Kota Kemuning, right, in such a small area, there's a lot of golf courses. There are so many golfers here until like even they have their own chiropractor center that addresses injuries from golf. So you have the Berjaya one, you have the Bukit Kemuning one, and then shop lots around this area are really booming. Even Gamuda Walk is even doing very well right now. So this episode is to actually showcase more of the area itself rather than a particular listing. Now it's time for Sean Take 3 on 3. Three things I like. Number one would be actually the location itself. Before the accessibility to KESAS was really built, then this place was really bad in terms of accessibility. But now with the connectivity to the highway, and now with Tropicana Aman Rimbayu area being built, there will be a new highway to SKVE that actually connects to Bandar Sarjana Putra further on to the major highway to the airport. So connectivity wise, it's still improving. Number two will be population wise. So in this area you can see that the population is growing, and there are proofs to say that because schools are coming up. In terms of overseas school is coming up, 10B school is coming up, Taipei school is already there, government school a lot. Then next would be the golf culture around this area. Like, who plays golf, right? Only business people play golf, or people in a higher management are required to play golf. And that's a golf, like the Bukit Kemuning golf course is actually an international level before KLGCC, right? Because I used to play golf, that's why with this kind of level, it shows the level of the community that is living around the area. Three things I don't like would actually be the access from KESAS into Kota Kemuning. So there's only one way from the McDonald way right now. So on Fridays, right, the crowd is crazy, and now they're building another new mosque there. I'm not saying that mosque is not good, just that when it's next to the road, then everybody will start parking, Malaysians being Malaysians. But two, there's a confusion between Bukit Rimau and Kota Kemuning. And although they are only separated by a roundabout, it's very important to know that Bukit Rimau, Kota Kemuning, Sri Muda, and Berjaya Park. So all these are all connected together and all separated via a road. Last of all would be the age of the development. Some of here would be like 20 years, 15 years ago. And that will require a bit more money or capital in terms of renovation. So it's really up to you though. Like we've discussed before, it's either going to pay higher 800 to 900,000 for a leasehold property, new one, or you want to pay 700 over 1,000, but you need to cough out more capital upfront for an older house in a matured development. So I think that's all for this episode. If you really like this video, like it, share it, and even subscribe for more property reviews like this. This is Sean Tan. I will see you guys on the next episode.